back. So please turn on your cameras if you're ready. Okay, I think most of us are here already. I hope you guys are ready for the next part of our program. We have another speaker lined up for you, and he told me to keep this very quick and short introduction. So let me introduce him to you. So he is a seasoned educationist, resource person, keynote speaker, and mentor who devoted more than 20 years of his practice in the education industry, both here in the Philippines and abroad. So everyone, let us welcome Angelo Maduli.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Kuya
Hi,
Bong.
hi. So good afternoon. If you are in the same timeline, so it's already almost 3 p.m. Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. I think this will be a very brief and at the same time, hopefully, a very productive discussions or sharings that we're going to have. I cannot read most. So this afternoon, my sharing is has something to do with what you are talking about earlier, and that is the global opportunity. Okay. Now, I would like to give a little bit of disclaimer. Okay. The session this afternoon that I'm going to share with you is not about recruitment agency. Okay. This is not about looking for a good employer. Okay. And this is not about what is in demand globally. If you will look at the title, I put one word below that, and that is what? The pandemic, isn't it? So it is important for me if we are looking for opportunities, I think it is important for us to consider what will happen now. Okay, you're talking about salaries, you're talking about promotion, you're talking about other things that you are planning, ahead. But you have to consider that this pandemic changed a lot of things. Okay, so this pandemic has literally shaken almost all aspects of industries, lives, and so on. Okay, and your ability to travel is also affected. So we cannot. I miss traveling. I miss going to airports, the smell of the plane, and so on. So pandemic changes a lot, and I think eyeing an opportunity globally also would require a different kind of perspective. Okay, so allow me to go through our our slides so that more or less we are guided. Okay, so actually the one who introduced me is my daughter, my eldest daughter. So we are in the same place actually. So if you see the name, it's Angelo, and my daughter is actually Angeli. So it's only the last letter that changed. I want to introduce myself first for those who are new in the webinars lecture series. I'm a philomath. Okay, I'm a philomath, and that means I'm a lover of learning and study. I love to learn. Okay, I love to learn. I love to study. I'm always motivated to know new things. Okay, another one is I'm an educationist. I always look at education from almost all angles, from curriculum, from the learner, from the learning process, from the management aspect, from the learning environment. For me, I always look at the holistic perspective. And I'm also a teacher, a classroom teacher. I started in the classroom. I hope all of us are aware that there will be new life order or normal after this pandemic. I hope your mindset is already set there because there is a new world out there that we need to face. It's no longer the same. Okay? Now let's go to the next. This is my hope for this afternoon that you will be able to achieve the following learning outcomes. The first one, I hope that you will accept that everyone is endowed with unique abilities, talents, and skills. Okay? Think about it. Everyone is given a gift, and that is very important. Second, to identify key competencies critical in creating opportunities. Mind you, the word it's creating opportunities, not looking or waiting for opportunities. Okay? The third one is to apply the knowledge learned by identifying at least three strategies that may be useful in exploring opportunities, whether you are creating it or whether the opportunity is already knocking at your door. Okay? So remember this. These are our targets for this afternoon to accept that everyone is endowed with gifts, to identify key competencies critical in creating opportunities, and also to find and identify three strategies that may become useful in exploring opportunities. And when I say opportunities, we're looking at global opportunities. Okay, let's move on. Any questions so far? Am I speaking too fast? Everyone, are you okay?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, let's proceed. I would like to start with life. Okay. Life as an opportunity. Okay. Now, what do we mean by life as an opportunity? Life in itself is an opportunity. You don't have full control of life, isn't it? And life is always bound with time and space. So when we say opportunity, opportunity is happening within the temporal and the spatial space. It is happening in time and it is happening in space. If you miss the opportunity, you cannot go back, isn't it? If you are not in the same space where opportunity is available, you miss the opportunity, isn't it? So it's the same thing. When your is within time and within space. You cannot just say, oh, I would like to go to the US and look for opportunities. Yes, you may. Why not? In your performance, then definitely that's not a better you. Okay? And the last one, life is an opportunity because it gives us a sense of achievement. And that sense of achievement contributes to your sense of purpose that will lead you to happiness. Okay? So when we are looking at opportunity, like I said earlier, we're going to divide this into two. Looking for opportunity or waiting for opportunity or creating an opportunity for yourself. That will bring happiness or sense achievement later on. So I hope this context of opportunity will give you now a bigger and broader perspective. in life and in career, you don't just explore opportunities. You can also create. And this is the most important thing that I would like to stress today. Okay? Now, before we delve deeper on this thing, I would like you to participate in an activity. Okay, do you have a piece of paper or you have your mobile device with you? You can write something. Can you look for something or at least remember the sentence and then try to fill in. It's a complete the sentence activity or sentence completion activity. Okay, try to see. Don't filter. Okay, don't write something that you're thinking, oh, it should be nice. No, the first thing that will enter into your mind, just fill in, and then later on I will ask you to say something and share that on the screen. Okay, I mean, you can talk, no, you open your speaker and then just share to us what's in that blank. Okay, shall we start? Ready? Do you have something with you? At least? Okay. So since we are a bit, short of time, I choose only 3 sentences that you can work on. Let's start with the first one, Shell. Okay. The world is blank for me. Come on, the first thing that enters into your mind. Don't filter. Done? Second sentence, please. If only blank, then I can blank. Okay? Okay, I saw some thumbs up signs. So, okay, let's proceed with the third one. I believe other people are blank. I believe other people are blank. So once you're done, anybody who like to share, okay, I'm not going to call names. This is not a graded recitation. I would just like to find out what are the things that enters into your mind because I would like you to capture the context, okay, of our conversation. So anybody who likes to say something with the first statement, we start with the first statement. The world is blank for me. Anybody? Just turn on your speaker and share to us.
Alisa, go. Unmute.
Will only share po yung first answer ko.
Yeah. Just the first. We will collect some first replies.
Ang answer ko po ay the world is vast for me.
Vast.
Yes, to explore. Like there's so much more in this world to explore, to know, and so much more opportunities to take on, and as well as challenges. So parang in one word, in-express ko na lang po siya as vast.
Very
Yun
good.
po.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eliza. Anybody? So vast. The world is vast. Interesting. Anybody? Come on. Don't hesitate to share.
For me, an opportunity. The world is an opportunity for me.
Oh, the world is an opportunity for you. Okay. Good. So vast opportunity. What else?
A happy place.
Oh, Miss Julie. Yeah. A happy place for me. Okay. Anybody?
Same. For me,
Michael.
same. as Ali says, the world is big for me.
Big. Oh, it's okay. I mean, the description is there. Yeah, big, vast opportunity, and the other one is a happy place. Two more. I want to hear two more, and then I will proceed on the second sentence. Anybody?
Kai, you wanna share, Kai?
Yeah, I saw some yeah, chat says same big. What else?
Let's see.
Okay, no more. Okay, I will move on to the next. If only blank, then I can. Naging challenging ba? Bigla kayo natigilan.
It's so easy to answer because you said don't think, just
Yeah,
answer what you have in
just
mind.
answer.
So
Yeah,
mine
that's the
is,
thing.
if only COVID-19 is over, I am going to travel.
Very good. I'm looking forward to it as well.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Okay, anybody else? Come on. If only
Okay,
blank, then I can. Yes, Michael.
okay, maybe I can share. Like for me, if only I have more money, then I can help more people.
Wow.
Wow.
If only I have a lot of money, then I can help a lot of people. Okay?
Mine is similar. If only money was easy, then I can do anything.
Wow. If only money is easy, is it, Carol? Then and things will, yeah, can do anything. Okay. Okay. Why not? True. No? Okay. Anybody else? On the second statement, if only I am certain, then I can make a plan for my future. Certainty, no? Pero life is not certain.
Yeah.
That's the most challenging part. Next, we go to the third. I believe other people are
Willing to help others.
willing to help others. What else? I
Are there to
believe.
help you and support you.
Okay. Who is this? Windy. Always
Are
there to
there
help you.
people? Yeah. Are there to
Okay. I believe other people are there to help you. Okay. Willing to help others. Okay. I believe other people are generous. Wow. Okay. So talagang nasa ano tayo, no? Nasa, I think we are in a very pandemic, no, mode. Okay. Anyway, so why I ask you to fill up these sentences? Okay, let's go for the world. Okay, I would like to see the context, how you see the world. Definitely, when we say the world, it's always big, it's always huge. It is something that it will take a lifetime to conquer, isn't it? Huh? So there are a lot of things in this world that we want to know, maybe to go to, no? To travel and see the place. Another one is, if only, then I can. If you will look at the statement, it is an if. If only. So there is something that you wish to have, then you can. Isn't it? So there must be something within you in order for you to do something. So that is the thing that I'm going to link later on. In order for you to say to yourself, do I have this so that I can do this? Okay. The third one is, I believe other people are. Now, the bottom line that I saw, the common line that I saw, are generosity. People will help you. People will assist you. I think this is giving a more positive, you know, outlook when it comes to other people. And this is good. This is good. This is a very good foundation to believe that other people are good. Okay? Because right now, I think it is important to trust everyone. It is important to look at others the way we see ourselves, isn't it? I don't know. For those who are Catholics, there is a new papal encyclical. The title in English is "All Brothers." So it is a call to go back to our human side of being with others. That everyone is a brother, no matter what. No matter what the color of the skin, your orientation, whether they belong to a different nation or race or religion, everyone is, a brother and sister. Okay, so let's go now to what are the competencies. Okay, this is where I will connect the sentence. Now, what are the competencies that would require success in exploring opportunities globally? I don't know whether you heard this first one. It is called adaptive expertise. Is there anyone who read about this thing? According to those proponents, and I myself in the education industry, I'm buying and I'm really aiming actually to move from adaptive expertise. If you will look at education, we are always looking at a different competencies, isn't it? We always want to know expertise on the field, expertise on a certain skills, expertise on certain knowledge. But one thing that we are not good at is adaptive competency. In a global opportunity, the most demand after, especially after this pandemic, after this thing, the new life order would require more adaptive expertise. And what does it mean? Allow me to read what you will find in case you want to Google this thing. Adaptive expertise is applying or using knowledge flexibly, okay, in various scenarios or situations. Meaning, if you have the competency to use the knowledge you have gained from your experiences, and you can apply this in various scenarios, then you're developing or you already have the adaptive expertise. So meaning, if I am a graduate of accounting, it doesn't mean I can only do accounting all my life. Okay? I can use what I learned from accounting by doing other things. By applying the same principles in doing other things. I'll give a very basic example. The other day, we had a problem with our switch in our comfort room, our toilet, okay? So my wife requested me to do a repair. I'm not an electrician person or I'm not an electricity person. I don't have the skill. I don't know what is the positive and the negative in electricity. But I was able to repair it. Where did I draw the knowledge to repair? I don't have. Yes, in high school, you learn some basic electricity and so on, but this is practical knowledge that you're supposed to do, isn't it? So what I did, you know what? What I did, I went to YouTube. I went to YouTube, I looked for a video that will show me what is inside that small box and how am I going to repair it. Now, I may not know electricity, okay? But I have another skill, and that is to find answers to my question. Isn't it? That is a skill that is part of your adaptive expertise. You may be in a different field, but if you are put in a certain situation, you apply certain principles that you learn and you get out of that problem or challenges or scenario. That means adaptive expertise. And now in pandemic time, a lot of people exercise adaptive expertise. Those who lost their job decided to look for other things to do, isn't it? I met a lot of people even when I was in Malaysia, when Uber and Grab started, okay? I met a lot of drivers who are managers in their companies who are really very rich. They don't need the job, but they were able to appreciate to drive, you know? The skill on driving is the one that is now becoming useful, isn't it? So it's the same thing. This is the problem with education. We are not encouraged to use adaptive expertise. Most what education did is our skills to memorize, our skills to follow what was presented in the procedure. We become too methodical, we become too technical, we lost the adaptive expertise. And now, if you're exploring opportunities, this is what you need. The second one is, of course, you want global opportunities, then you must have a global mindset. And this is something that a lot of people don't have. They thought, especially Filipinos who wants to go abroad, those doing overseas work, actually they don't have the global mindset. Most of them suffered when they go to that place. They're not prepared. And Filipinos are not prepared. We're very parochial. We're very local, you know? But global mindset actually is your ability to read and have a good sense of what is going on outside of what you usually have. So if you go to the Middle East, you go to other Asian countries, you go to the West, you know, let's say UK or US, how far can you really adopt in order for you to become effective? Why others are failing is because of this kind of mindset. Most of us are Filipinos, isn't it? Do we have a non-Filipino participant?
Yes, Shruti from India.
India, but not too far from how Filipinos are. A lot of Indians are working abroad as well, you know, going out of India and looking for opportunities. I think most of us, okay, who belong to or who experience a country that was colonized, okay, by other foreign countries, we become so submissive, isn't it? We become so inferior. We don't see ourselves all equal to them. When you see the whites, when you see the Westerners, you know, it's so sad, you know, even here in Asia, they receive higher pay than us, even though we are better than them, isn't it? I mean the stereotype, okay, the stereotype of looking at the West better than the East, okay? That global mindset, you know, is not nurtured in us because we were never a colonizer. If ever we are one of those colonizer, I think our global mindset is much even better. But global mindset now as a competency after this experience of pandemic and moving to the new life order is becoming more inclusive. And to be more inclusive in the midst of diversity, you are talking about giving yourself an opportunity to understand others and to accept others for who they are. Okay? So why is it in America Black Lives Matter? After the story of slavery hundreds of years ago, they're still talking about black. something is wrong with humanity, isn't it?
Mm.
So the idea here is, if you want to have and if you want to develop this kind of competency to look at things and other people much better than you, then something is wrong. What you have is almost similar to what they have. Human dignity is always the same. In whatever color, in whatever form, in whatever size, human dignity is the same. We may be different in knowledge, we may be different in skills, we may be different in talents, but we are not less. We are not inferior.
Mm.
Sometimes we are far even better. Okay, and that is what I experience in my own work outside. I had people working with me in my team, you know, coming from Germany, coming from Italy, coming from UK, you know. So it doesn't give me that sense of inferiority. But you have to look at them as equal. You have to respect them for who they are. And this will go back to you. Okay? So the third one, after the global mindset, is of course the grit. And I think for those who attended some of my sessions with this group, I think you already heard this thing from me. Grit is something that will drive you to do something with much motivation. So the idea of grit is that perseverance combined with passion for a particular long-term goal is something that you need to learn as a new competency. Global competitiveness and global opportunity will not look at you as set apart. There are a lot of good people around you, much better than you in terms of knowledge and skills. So I think if I will use your conversation earlier on the pay, the promotion, the title, I think this should not be our motivation anymore after the pandemic. Okay? Our motivation should be to look inside us. Okay? If only I have these competencies, then I can do things, greater things. Because you might be banking on something that is no longer useful. After the pandemic, a lot of things change already. Companies will be looking for different kind of people. People who can adapt in a very different situation. People who can change in any scenarios that they will have. People who have global mindset. People who can appreciate other people, who can work with other people. People who have the high motivation to succeed and push their boundaries in order to achieve something. These are the three competencies that employers will be looking for in the new life order. You don't have this, then I'm sorry, it will become very competitive this time. Okay? So again, going back to opportunity, if you have these competencies, then you don't need to wait for opportunities. You can also create them. Okay? Let's go to the next slide. I know it's already 3:25 or 3:27, sorry. Okay, creating opportunity versus waiting for opportunity. The first one is learn to anticipate what is needed. Look for skills or abilities that you have that you can offer. Learn to anticipate what will be needed. Don't stick to who you are, what you are capable of before the pandemic. It may no longer be relevant. You need to learn how to shift. Another one is learn to project your strength. Okay? So meaning if you have what it takes, then you must use different media or avenues in order to project your strength, especially the online. If you usually create a CV, this time make your CV a video and post it somewhere else, maybe LinkedIn, maybe on your Twitter account. You have to evolve. You need to progress. You need to become better. Okay. Third, learn about stories of others. If you want to explore opportunities, don't just apply for a job without you knowing what kind of company you are joining with. Try to see their website, try to see the review. What are the people saying, about this company, about this organization, about this culture, about these people? If I'm going to India or if I'm going to other countries, I need to know. If you don't have anything with you, then how are you going to adjust? How are you going to use your adaptive expertise? You cannot demand this time. The situation changed already. They must appreciate what you can do and what you can share. Okay? And the last one, of course, this is non-negotiable. Learn to learn. Learn to learn. Don't stop learning. Learning now is easy. You can even learn and reinvent yourself without spending so much money. There are a lot of online courses that you can join, just like this webinar. Okay, you learn from other people. Don't stop learning. Okay, then last one, I think we can go for bus session, short one. Okay, bus session plus, this will be our Q&A. So if you have something you want to ask, okay, this is the time. I'm not so sure how long we can still have this session, but I think I can give it now, start the Q&A. Plus, okay, if you have or if you don't have any more time, try to find some time after this session to write 3 strategies, okay? What are the things now I need to do in order to be more relevant, in order to be more competitive, in order to become, to create opportunities for myself rather than waiting and looking for opportunities. Okay, so shall we start with our Q&A? Thank you so much for giving me your precious time to listen. And I'm really happy and I'm very glad that you are with us this afternoon. Thank you so much, everyone.
Oh, question. Inside.
Sige lang, libre magtanong.
Oo nga.
Okay, maybe I have a question.
Okay, Michael.
Dr. Angelo, thank you for your insights. Thank you for the class. Yeah, I learned a lot. The question is like, yeah, you mentioned that after this pandemic, the world is different, right? I just want to get your opinion. What's the most important skill or skills we can learn after the pandemic or during this pandemic? What is the most useful skill
I
in your
think,
opinion?
Michael, the one that I highlighted, especially the first one, the adaptive expertise. I think a lot of people are shaken from their comfort zone, isn't it? A lot of people are no longer, the level of anxiety, is so high that will my work be relevant still? Will I still be needed? The question of will still be needed. Will they need you? Will they ask you, to stay? So the anxiety level is so high. And the problem is that what if the company or what if the organization will ask you to do something else? Will it be okay to you? And that is adaptive expertise. So this is a very different skill. Can you reinvent yourself? That's the question of adaptive expertise. Can you thrive in a different environment? Can you survive in a different setting? So in any opportunities, whether this is global or local, I think adaptive expertise is the one that is missing. Because a lot of people were hit and a lot of people stop and ask the question, what will I do next? You see? But the new life order is no longer wait, I will not wait for us. You need to create the opportunity by reinventing yourself. I hope that one helps, Michael.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Angelo. Like, I believe that for all of us, we need to find that specific skill that we need to develop. I think for, different persons, different people have their own skill.
Correct.
So just need some time to find that skill. Yeah,
Correct.
to reinvent ourselves. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you are not comfortable with online things, well, they will not wait for you. I mean, you
Yeah, yeah.
have to push yourselves, and invest on this kind of new skills. I mean, that is what we mean by adaptive expertise. Okay? Anybody? Come on, don't be scared. It's not graded.
Kuya Bong, what would you suggest for those who are satisfied in their comfort zone? So like what can we do to really shake them that hey, this is now, you have to do something now, because others are like, oh, there's nothing happening, or I'm not impacted yet, or I'm so happy in this comfort zone. So what can we do to inspire them that this is really now that you should start doing something?
Okay, I think the question I would like to rephrase, Shell, no? I think it's not what we can do with people who are still not reinventing themselves or they are not shaken. I mean, it's always the individual's decision.
Mm.
Whether I am satisfied with what I'm doing or whether I would like to reinvent myself, it depends on the individual. We cannot force them or we cannot shake them. The only thing that will shake them is when the core is really shaken, meaning I lost my job, okay? My job is no longer relevant. What will I do? Okay? So the decision is not for us to tell them to be shaken. It is the individual who will say whether I'm anxious. What will be the outcome of all this thing happening? My co-employees are losing their job. What will I do if I will be hit by this thing? So it is the scenario that will somehow pound us to find new ways of looking at ourselves. And the question you need to ask if you will be hit is, do I have the competency to thrive after this? Do I have something to offer to other organization? Am I good at something else other than this thing if this work is no longer as in demand after a certain period of time? A lot of works now are irrelevant because of this. Teachers now are becoming irrelevant in the classroom. Those teachers who are inside the classroom, who've been inside the classroom for so many years, now they were hit by this and they are being forced to change. You see? So it's not us who will tell people, hey, change. It is the individual who will decide whether it is really time for me to change. Without that, it will be very difficult for us to shake people. Okay? Okay, last one. My director said last one.
Oh, this is your chance. It's last.
I have a question, but this one is directed to Michael. Michael, you left the scene. Okay, this one's directed to Michael. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know that Michael is working in China, but he is in the Philippines now, and he's been there for several months. So how have you adapted to this lifestyle, and how has the company stuck to you over these months that you're there in the Philippines?
Uh, yeah, I can say I'm one of the lucky ones. Yeah, I work in China. I mean, in the engineering field. So my work involves design. So yeah, like uh, many of us know, engineering involves a lot of fields like manufacturing, like production, maintenance, aircon. And as Dr. Angelo said, some actually in the field of engineering are also becoming irrelevant because of the pandemic. In my case, I said lucky because I can work with my computer. Yeah, I've been staying in the Philippines since February. So been adapting, like in a way, it's not a perfect setup because my work is based on computers, so I need a strong computer, strong connection. Sometimes I struggled before because alam natin sa Pilipinas, brand out. Madalas, I need internet connection, right? Before, really this happened. Before, in my meetings, I need to go to coffee shops.
Mhm.
I need to stay there. And almost every day, kasi that time, wala pa, my internet connection was not good. I would always go outside. Maghanap ako ng coffee shop. I would stay there like several hours. And then the lockdown came. All the coffee shops
Are
were
gone.
closed. So ano yung gagawin ko ngayon? Like that time, yeah, decided to find another internet provider. So yeah, basically adapting lang. Like gusto ko rin yung point ni Dr. Angelo na grit. Kasi nga kailangan din ng grit eh. Like hindi mauubos yung challenges,
Correct.
especially at this time. So we just have to figure out how to face it. Siguro one by one, figure it out. And never to be discouraged.
Correct.
Kasi nga, that time, uy, nahirapan na ako paano ako maghanap ng internet. Ganon. And then, papagalitan ako ng boss ko. Diba? Mawalan akong trabaho. So, domino effect, right? So, kailangan lang, do not be discouraged. So far, yeah, may mga challenges, but one by one. Yeah, that's
Thank
all.
you,
Okay,
Michael.
so before I end, I will leave you with 3 learning points to remember. It's a takeaway. Okay, let's conclude this with the first one. We should not only pursue opportunities, we should make or create them. Don't be scared to create them. You can do that as well. Self-adaptive expertise is our primary goal. Okay, we should look at our capacity to reinvent ourselves. And lastly, we are unique but never inferior to others. Say that to yourself. Okay, you are unique but never inferior to others. With that, good afternoon and thank you very, very much. I'll give the floor to my director. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angelo. So weird to call him by his first name, but thank you. Thank you so much for your talk. And I hope everyone really learned from his talk. Even I'm not yet working, I'm still a student, but I got a lot of lessons from his talk. We really have to adapt in this time. It's a really challenging time for everybody, but really have to adapt. And we should never stop learning because, learning will take you to a lot of places. So again, thank you so much, Angelo. And thank you so much to everyone who participated in the question and answer. It was really nice to hear everyone discourse about this topic. So I think I will pass on the floor now to Eliza for a little appreciation. You may want to come back here.
Angeli/Angelo.
Angeli
Thank
and
you so
Angelo.
much for that very valuable topic and sharing that you have given and blessed us today, this rainy Saturday afternoon. Oh, Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much, sir. And as a
Most welcome.
as a token of appreciation, we humbly present you this certificate. I just want to share the value and the gift that I got and received from being in this seminar, in this webinar. I realized even more that for you to be able to achieve something in life, you shouldn't be waiting for opportunities, but you should prepare yourself and create your own opportunities. So again, thank you so much, Mr. Angelo Maduli, for being with us today and sharing us something very timely and very useful for the days to come. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Thank you
And
so much.
can we give a warm round of applause to Mr. Angelo for giving us all the value that he has shared to us? Thank you. I'm giving back the floor to our director.
So again, thank you so much, everyone. But before we end, I would like to ask Shella some few words you want to say to the people who've been with you throughout this webinar.
Thank you all. Thank you, AJ. Thank you to Forest team. Thank you to all our invited speakers, Alisa, Cindy, Julie, and Dr. Angelo. And that will not be possible if we don't have the participants. So thank you as well from India, from China. Now we have from Australia as well, from the Philippines. So we will think of more how we can share. So initially, we thought this project to get some funds for the Forest Scholarship Foundation, but then in the end, we scrap it. Oh, we share. We're here to share because there are many people willing to share. There are many people who are generous. So that's why it ended up, we just want to share. So we'll think of more topics that can help you, that can help us all, especially during this pandemic. Thank you. Thank you, AJ. Well done, AJ.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. So that's it, you guys. That was the last session of our webinar, Fun to Queen, brought to you by the Treasures Finder Limited. We all picked up different lessons from this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you want to revisit the former talks, you can check out Shella Cancino's Facebook page, and all of the talks are there. It's recorded, so you can check that out. So again, thank you so much everyone for attending today, and I hope you support the future projects of this team. Again, this has been Ponte Queen webinar series, and I'm Anjali, your host. Thank you so much for attending, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Jade, Michael, Shruti, Alisa, Kai, Yanni, John, Kyle, Jessa Ann, Casey, Len, Vicky, Eman, Princess, Shruti. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Salamat.
Thank you
Salamat.
po.
Bye. Kylie, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Bye-bye, Kai. Hello. Oh, sige na, bye-bye.